Hey yo, what is up everybody? It is the King Hitman here, and we have the EZA info for Teq Vegito Blue and STR Rose. Thank you to Garesh and Minato. Thank you so much because these two are always on it, especially Minato. As soon as he finds out there's info, he does his best to translate. We appreciate that so much. He doesn't have to do that, but they choose to, right? Now, leader skill. If all tech for Vegito, well, both of them have it, but of course they're inverses. If all types are represented on a team, you will get 4 key stats 140%. I really don't get why it couldn't just be 150. Like 150 is already outdated. 130 is terrible. And so they tried to act like there's a middle ground. There's not. There's not. 150 is still under par, but whatever. I guess maybe they didn't want players like abusing super battle road stages. I don't know what you could do with 150 at this point now that we know the game's moving further down the line. But okay, for Vegito Blue, defense 150% at the start of turn. He will get 50% defense when attacking. He will perform 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 30 slash medium chance of becoming a super attack. Attack 20% for every attack performed to a max of 200%. He will give himself 3 key and medium chance to perform a critical hit in the same turn in which an attack is received. Super attack still raises attack and defense permanently. However, he now disables the enemy's guard and causes immense damage. So I can't lie, this is one of the few times I've ever seen a unit with disabled guard and seen that as a thumbs up. Now, let me tell you why. When you're in Super Battle Road and this guy, let's say you're fighting the Turles squad, right? And you aim for Cacao, like the AGL, the cyborg type enemy. You kill Cacao with like 2 super attacks, but you possibly have 2 more on the way. Now you're aimed at Int Turles like by force, right? That's just the way the game works. At least the arrow won't be pointed down, and you can take advantage of it more than you could before. Like type neutral is definitely better off than what you were at before, like with the down. When you see that down arrow, bro, you know you're not really doing damage to the enemy. You're just not. You're not. So even if you're not critting with this guy, and even he has medium chance to perform the crit after he's been hit in that turn, that is really helpful to be type, at least make it type neutral. You'll do decent damage. You get what I'm saying? It's for like long event phases where he's not super effective. You can take advantage of that. Now, he does not look like the best. I don't want to. He's on a 200% leader. He's on multiple 200% leader skills. But he doesn't feel like the best TUR in it. I don't know, man. Because it's when this multiplies into each other, it is 225% defense when he attacks. 2 additionals, he can perform 3 supers in a turn, really 4, of course. Hey, I don't know that I see him as the best TUR. I don't. I don't know. I gotta see his defense turn like 3 or 4, and then I can. Of course, his attack stats are always gonna be crazy, bro. That's just who he is. He does not feel like the best TUR on paper to me, but I could easily, this guy. You can't represent him by paper, so we'll see what he looks like sooner rather than later. Of course, I'll be covering those guys, so make sure you guys check out if you want the private server showcases we'll be doing in what, a day or so. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Like the video if you're excited for that. STR Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose's EZA info. Like I said, same leader skill just in reverse. 12 key super attack greatly raises defense for 1 turn. I was really, really hoping it would be 3 turns. Like I saw a snippet before. I'm reading this blind. I saw a snippet and it said greatly raised defense, and I was like, please be for 3 turns. And now I see it's only for 1 turn. He causes immense damage to the enemy and raises all allies' attack at 30% for 1 turn. That's fine. That's fine. That's an okay super attack effect. Attack and defense 150%. Rose will give all extreme class allies 3 key and 50% defense. Extreme class Realm of Gods category allies, however, will get 50% attack, and superclass enemies will be debuffed by 30% attack and defense. He will get an additional 50% attack and defense, and his attacks will be super effective against every typing after he's delivered the final blow. So basically, if you're in phase 1 of the red zone and you kill, I don't know, Broly in that first phase, Rose will get the additional attack, with Rose, by the way. You have to kill Broly with Rose, obviously. He'll get this buff. He'll get that buff. Now, I really hate that mechanic. I don't know why Akatsuki thinks that's like a icing on the cake type of mechanic. And Akatsuki just made it like a crucial part of everything he does. I can't lie, man, that's really disappointing that I have this thought, but he does not feel that different to me. He really doesn't. I mean, now he has defense at the start of turn, like on top of his support. No, 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 no. I mean, okay, let's put his entire pass, just what he does for himself. He will give himself 3 key, 200% attack and defense. He's debuffing superclass enemies by 30%. And if you get this to trigger, he will then be at 300% attack and defense. I believe that's how it'll multiply into one another. And then he'll be super effective against all types while greatly raising defense. He's good, but it feels like this was what Rose would be if he dropped today. And I wanted him to be really not even today. I'd say like 6, 7 months ago, and I wanted like before the 7 year anniversary, and I wanted him to be better than that. I wanted him to. They did the same thing. Turles is a top 3 EZA TUR, but they did the same thing on paper with Turles. Like Turles was great. It caught me way off guard when Turles was doing like 7, 8 million attack stats before he even got his transformation, like the fruit of the tree. It was crazy to me. So Rose is definitely better than I'm giving him credit for, but I'm not in love with what he's doing. I I love his support. Like I told you guys, I was more excited for him than Vegito Blue, even though everybody's gonna go nuts over Vegito Blue. So I'm not really tripping. He is really good. Like he's a very good easy A. He's also what would happen if you dropped him today, but the problem is he was a threat in like every calculated APT list in the game for like close to a year. Like this guy, his offense did not have a problem. We knew he was going to be fine offensively. Defensively, they did exactly what they needed to do. Gave him defense at the start of turn. He's raising defense permanently. He'll be okay. Like he looks good. He looks good to me. I want a bit more from Rose, man. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Would it have been? You know, what would have been a good change? Maybe if instead of 150%, you gave him that extra nod and he was at 166%. Because LR Rose has that six, like, you know what it signifies. He has that part of his passive in his LR Int Rose unit. I think if you give him that extra nod right there, maybe this was 66%, and then you kept these two at 50. I think that would be a real. We're gonna see what he looks like, bro. Trust me, we're gonna see what he looks like. You guys, like I said, we're gonna showcase these guys in a couple of hours. So let's see what they do in the game. I hate judging a unit off those freaking APT rotations and stuff like. They don't mean much to me, man. I don't really respect them. By the way, Rose, is he on Battle of Fate? I don't know that he is. Rose. If you could load, you're making my Wi-Fi look terrible, bro. Come on. He's not on Battle of Fate, is he? He's not. So I do not believe Rose doesn't have a 200% leader skill. No, because can you Power Beyond Super? Of course, he's not on Kamehameha, so they're fine. No. Yeah, he doesn't have a 200% leader skill. Unless if I'm wrong, please correct me. I need to know because I'm gonna be a little confused if he's on a 200% leader skill when we see those calculations on the timeline in the morning, like everybody does. But I can't judge a unit off those, man. They feel so fake to me. I'm sorry, they just do. So let me know you guys' thoughts on these guys. I'm very excited to see them anyway, man. I expect great things from both of them. I don't know how well they'll age though, man. Like I said, it feels like Rose has somewhat the same flaws he had before. Like it still seems like his defense is gonna be okay. I needed greatness from his defense and or his support. His support is good, but it's just Zamasu units. Like that's all they really cared for. It's just gonna be Zamasu type units. Let me know you guys' thoughts. It's Young Hitman, and I'm out.